Good morning, children. Today let us learn about a new type of graph, namely pie chart or circle graph. Many times, you all must have come across data represented in circular form in newspapers, magazines or on the television. These are called as pie charts. A pie chart is also called as a circle graph. So, pie chart is a circular graph in which a circle is divided into a number of sectors. These sectors represent the relationship between a whole and its parts. The size of each sector is proportional to the information it represents. Observe that the size of the circle, which is green in color, is the largest. So, maximum amount is spent on Medicare and medical aid. Note that the angle that this green colored sector makes at the center is largest. Now suppose the yearly budget of India is rupees 5 crores. What will be the amount spent on defense? The percentage allocation for defense is 2%. Country's budget is equal to 5 crore. Allocation for defense is equal to 2% of country's budget. Therefore, amount allocated for defense is equal to rupees 10 lakh. This is how each section of the pie chart can be interpreted. Next, let us check interpretation or reading of a pie chart using some examples. Here we have a circular representation of a data. This graph shows the time spent by a child during a day. In the given graph, the proportion of the sector for hours spent in sleeping is equal to the number of sleeping hours over whole day. That is equal to 1/3 of the whole day. So in the circle graph, it is drawn 1/3 part of the circle. In the same way, the proportion of the sector for hours spent in school is equal to the number of hours spent in school by 24 hours. That is equal to 1/4 of the whole day. And we consider the proportion of the sector for hours spent for homework is equal to the number of hours spent for homework over whole day. That is equal to 1/6 of the whole day. Similarly, the proportion of the sector for hours spent in playing is equal to the number of hours spent in playing over whole day, which is equal to 1/8. And the proportion of the sector for hours spent for other activities is equal to 1/8 of the whole day. Observe, when you add up all the sectors representing different works, you will get the complete circle. A pie chart includes a title and the circle with the sectors. Let's look closely at each of these parts of a pie chart. The title of the chart provides an overview of the type of information represented in the pie chart. The circle is divided into sectors of varied sizes. The size of each sector is in proportion to the information presented. Regardless of the size of the sectors in the circle, each sector represents only one type of data. In this case, each sector represents the time spent by a child during a day. You have seen how the given information can be represented in a circle graph or pie chart. Now let us take the same pie chart once again. Looking at this pie chart, can you tell for which activity the child is spending more time? Look the biggest sector of the circle, which is labeled as sleep. It shows that 1/3 of the day is spent for sleeping. So, child is spending more time in sleeping. Similarly, for which activity is the child spending less time? Here we can observe that the sector labeled for playing and other activities both are having the smallest sectors among all. So we can say for playing and other activities, the child is spending less time during a day. Now let us consider one more example. Here we have a pie chart representing the data of viewers watching different types of channels on TV. Observe the percentages of viewers watching different types of channels. Which type of programs are viewed the most? Entertainment programs are viewed the most. Which type of programs are viewed least? Informative programs. Can you tell which two types of programs have number of viewers equal to those watching sports channels? The number of viewers who watch informative programs and news is equal to the number of viewers who watch sports channels. Next question. Here is a pie chart that gives the marks scored in an examination by a student in Hindi, English, Mathematics, Social Science and Science. If the total mark obtained by the student were 540. Answer the following questions. In which subject did the student score 105 marks? How many more marks were obtained by the student in Mathematics than in Hindi? Examine whether the sum of the marks obtained in Social Science and Mathematics is more than that in Science and Hindi. Let us first find the marks in each subject. Here 360 degree is divided into the ratio 90:80:70:65:55. So we will divide the total mark 540 in the ratio 90:80:70:65:55. Thus, mark obtained in Mathematics is equal to 90 degree divided by 360 degree into 540. That is equal to 135. Mark obtained in Science is equal to 80 degree by 360 degree into 540 is equal to 120. Marks obtained in Hindi is equal to 70 degree by 360 degree into 540 is equal to 105. Mark obtained in Social Science is equal to 65 degree by 360 degree into 540 is equal to 97.5. Mark obtained in English is equal to 55 degree by 360 degree into 540 which is equal to 82.5. The student scored 105 marks in Hindi. The student scored 30 marks more in Mathematics than in Hindi. Sum of marks in Social Science and Mathematics is 97.5 plus 135. That is equal to 232.5. Sum of marks in Science and Hindi is 120 plus 105 is equal to 225. Thus, the sum of the marks obtained in Social Science and Mathematics is more than that in Science and Hindi. Next, let us learn how to draw a pie chart using some examples. Let's consider this data. This chart shows the favorite flavors of ice creams for students of a school. Let's create a pie chart indicating the proportion of different flavors of ice creams. Before we begin with the creation of the pie chart of flavors, we need to first convert the percentage into degree, as the data has to be represented in sectors with some central angle that corresponds to the percentage. The total angle at the center of a circle is 360 degree. Therefore, 100% classification of data values is represented by the 360 degree angle. Or 1% is calculated as 360 degree by 100 which equals 3.6 degree. The central angle of section is a fraction of 360 degree, which we need to find out. We make a table to find the central angle. Let's calculate the central angle for the sector corresponding to the percentage of chocolate flavor. Here, the percentage is 50. Then, its corresponding fraction is 50 divided by 100 to give a fraction 1/2. as the central angle of the sector is a fraction of 360 degree. So the central angle of the sector corresponds to chocolate flavor is half of 360 degree, which is equal to 180 degree. Now let's calculate for vanilla flavor. Here the percentage is 25. So its corresponding fraction is 25 divided by 100 to give a fraction 1 by 4. As the central angle of the sector is a fraction of 360 degrees, the central angle of the sector corresponding to vanilla flavor is 1/4 of 360 degrees, which is equal to 90 degree. Now, if you look at other flavors, the percentage is 25 again. So, the central angle of the sector corresponding to other flavors is also equal to 90 degree. To check whether the computation of central angles is correct, find the sum of the degree and fractions. If the sum of the fractions is 1 and the sum of the degrees is 360 degree, then the calculations is correct. Now that the degree for each sector has been determined, we create the pie chart. First we draw a circle with a convenient radius. Mark it center O and radius OA. Now we divide the circle into sectors. We use the protractor to mark an angle of measure 180 degree, indicating the proportion of chocolate flavor. Similarly, we can mark 90 degree, representing the proportion of vanilla flavor. And the remaining proportion will be 90 degree, which represents other flavors. Now we show the percentage in the sector corresponding to each angle. Finally, we put a title for the pie chart or circle graph. Let us discuss one more example. Students of class 8th of a school were asked about their favorite juice. The result of survey was then tabulated. Let's represent this data in a pie chart. First draw the circle with the center O. Now the total angle at the center of the circle is 360 degree. We need the central angles corresponding to each sector. The total number of students is 100. The number of students who like pineapple juice is 45. So the fraction corresponding to pineapple is 45 by 100 is equal to 9 by 20. Thus the central angle corresponding to the sector for pineapple is 9 by 20 into 360 degree, that is 162 degree. Similarly, find the central angle for other categories. Central angle for mango is 108 degree and central angle for orange is 90 degree. Now see the central angle for pineapple is 162 degree. By using the protractor, draw an angle AOB equal to 162 degrees. Now draw the sector for mango with 108 degree angle. And the remaining part of the circle will be for orange. So here you get your pie chart. So children, today we discussed definition of pie chart, reading or interpretation of pie chart and drawing a pie chart. Okay children, today's class is completed.